how close are we to getting the sled together?
Well, we have the sled finished now, but we must secure the materials we are not bringing with us. I think we should pile them against the wall, cover them with a tarp, try and blend them in with the surroundings as best we can.
Well, what are we
so that we can...
What are we going to do with the scientific materials? You really need to...
Essentially, we're preparing a cache for later.
Yeah.
That's what...
Well, I'm saying that's the sort of stuff we could probably afford to leave behind.
Yeah, that's what we are leaving behind.
We are leaving it behind.
Yeah, I say this, but I don't know if Deborah,
okay.
I don't know if Deborah agrees. That's why I said it.
I mean, I just assumed that's...
I assumed Deborah wants nothing more than to continue on being a scientist.
Yep.
If she wants to be lightweight and moving, though, those
So-
don't comply.
Well, let's see. Let's all roll spot hidden to see if you guys can tell
Hell
whether or
yeah.
not she's grabbed anything.
That's a 58 under 80.
I got the next level of success, 30 under 37 for spot hidden. That's the half.
Oh, okay.
94 over 25.
Okay, you were not noticing.
I don't see the ceiling.
I always roll well when it doesn't count. So I have a 19 under base 25.
Okay. Yeah, so you definitely have noticed that as she was packing stuff, she did take some...
samples?
Yes. Maybe all of them.
It's pretty lightweight.
I mean,
The samples,
okay.
as long as it's not none of the big
I think
heavy equipment.
It only
know.
matters if there's more food and water in that we can't
We're
take.
bringing all the food and water.
If we are able to take all the food and water, and she's willing to carry the extra stuff for the science, I'd say that's fine. That's on
If
her.
you take all the food and water, there will be room for bare minimum one unit of some type of scientific equipment. So you can say we're gonna have the genetics sequencer analyzer thing or the mass spec or something like that.
Yeah, one of
basically-
those science things.
Yeah, one science thing for a particular category.
Okay.
Probably
Doctor, which one would you pick?
Ammo.
Oh yeah, or yeah. Besides that, so first of all, you guys
okay.
all have your pistols or long guns or whatever.
Yep.
Just sort of been walking around with a shotgun.
Definitely.
So what's-
not knowing what to do with it, having to put it down all the time.
What scientific element do you want to bring? I'd like to bring my weapon.
my scientific weapon.
This is my scientific axe.
This is the
Military science.
the
It's my
blood
battle scalpel.
transfuser implement.
Basically, the reason this categorization is important is at some point if it comes up and you're oh, we need these medical supplies. It's well, you guys chose genetic mass spectrometer, so you don't
Right.
have
Well, yeah.
surgical equipment.
I okay. In that case, we should not.
Huh.
We need.
Yeah, I
she needs
definitely
to
want
drop it.
all the first aid stuff I can
Yeah,
carry.
we need that.
'Cause there's a-
I'll carry that on my person.
Okay, but that's just first aid stuff. There's some actual meaningful equipment that would make actual medical procedures easier or better.
Oh, shit.
So basically, it's one category of some stuff, right? For example, you might have something that would allow you to actually do a little bit of surgery that would be not arbitrary. That would require anesthesia and health antibacterial stuff and all this equipment and sterilization stuff.
So I believe that we should bring either the surgery equipment or tools to allow us to analyze new samples we may procure further in the tunnels.
Deborah is really into the tools to analyze samples, genetic analysis, mass spec stuff.
Right.
Although, if we find a body of one of the sphinxes, the surgical tools could perform both roles.
An autopsy.
Yeah, would allow an autopsy.
So at this stage, when we can't send out any, we won't. If we go deeper in the caves, we won't be able to send out any of the. Wait, are we able to send out the data that we have on the samples?
Well,
Or
you
has
don't-
that already
you don't-
gone out?
You don't know because, like, with what Koa has set up, he thinks you're broadcasting. He doesn't know if it's being received. Like, as
But-
far as he knows, he doesn't know if it's getting out of the cave. to
But
be able to
did
get
he
it.
we
attempt?
put
Did he attempt to
sample-
broadcast data or just SOS extraction?
Not yet.
Okay.
Like, it hasn't occurred to anyone to do that part
Let's-
yet.
let's-
But the equipment is designed to do that if you want to.
I feel like we may want to just do that while
Yeah,
while it's running.
Yeah.
While it's,
Yeah.
while it's running, we can set that to automatically work. But beyond that, I don't think that we'll be able. I don't think it's worth bringing any of the other equipment deeper if we're just not going to be able to do anything with the data.
The science, it does not matter if we don't survive.
And we do have the samples.
I
We
don't.
can always come back here if we really need to.
It's true. That's
I mean,
true.
I don't really want to ever again, but at least we know now this is where you go. So
So we should take the surgery supplies.
I believe we should. Yeah.
all in favour? Oi.
Sure. And
Deborah just votes for the equipment.
Deborah is... She abstains. Like, she doesn't make a fuss about not doing it. But, I mean, she's also smart enough to know that this is not a bad call. Like, obviously, medical equipment is going to be useful. She would rather it be something else, but she's okay with it.
So, if we can, I'd like to have Anthony broadcast data that we've collected. I guess
He has... So,
I don't know.
much of
how
the
difficult
stuff
is.
that was left on the Falcon has been downloaded and unavailable to you. There is...
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, like, you would have to be able to get a signal to the Falcon and download it remotely. So
Yeah.
that
Oh,
he
okay.
can't do. There is data in the suits, and since you've left the Falcon, that has
Let's
not been uploaded, that could be
transmit that.
transmitted.
Let's attempt to transmit that while we're at it.
All right?
I
So-
don't want to leave anything. I don't want to leave the sensor going.
Sure.
While
Oh,
we're
you
gone.
don't. Okay.
It's making noise, correct?
Yes.
So,
we-
so,
that's
so
good. I
we,
think that's
we
a good
know
idea.
we
I
know
think we
by
should.
experience using the remote or using the walkie-talkies. Remember the bleeping noise, and then it was crushed.
Yes, I think we should have it running then. If we're
But
going
it will
to
be crushed
well,
from the
it's
noise.
yeah, and thus
They
the
will come
monster.
here and destroy it.
Right, it'll destroy the machine instead of coming and finding us, giving us more time. Are you worried about that the machine will get broken?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
Very
wrong?
clearly.
What's wrong with that?
Well, we might
When-
need it
when
for
we- that's all
we
5 days.
we are going to return here in 5 to 6 days and attempt to use it again.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, that's fair. That's
escape.
fair.
I'll stay. Koval volunteers to stay. Because he thinks that
No.
you need to keep trying. Because he believes if you turn it off and it didn't get... Like, he thinks that in order to have any chance, you have to take advantage of trying to send a signal periodically all throughout the day on the off chance that there are conditions that will let the signal be met. He now understands and accepts Yuri's point is correct. That if we keep it running, it will just get destroyed. It didn't occur to him. He was planning to leave it running and to keep broadcasting an SOS. But when you brought that up, he realizes, oh, wait, you're right. That is a problem. So now he volunteers to stay and guard the equipment so he can keep turning it on and trying like every hour on the hour.
I feel like that will end up in the same result with a member lost.
Or he could be the safest because they might come after us.
Because if we go and we're away for 3 days and then we come back and we try again, it reduces our chances and then we've lost another 3 days. We only have so many supplies.
Sure, but we could alternately leave it running, walk away, an hour later it's destroyed.
That's why I stay. I guard it. I turn it off between attempts.
Yeah, I think that this plan actually gives us,
Is there
hard as it is to say, I think it gives someone the greatest chance of survival. Because honestly, what's going to be more noisy? The creature has been here But we're going to be the ones taking all the noise with us when we take our sled and go that way. There's no denying that. And while it did flip the sled before, it didn't manage to attack us. It seemed surprised that we were underneath it. He could be fine if he just huddles up underneath it.
I think they are wary to approach our full group, but will approach one or two people alone.
Yeah, well,
Well,
at the same time, if no signal has gone out, then that means that none of us will survive, because even if they were to get the signal and come in 6 days, there are 6 caves, and they don't have enough time to check all of them. Like, how are we going to get back up this slope? I mean, we had to come down here because it's our only shot, but we're not going to be able to go back up there unaided. We might rely on the rescue team putting a rope down, and in order to do that, they need to know that we are here at the bottom of this slope in 5 to 6 days.
We haven't got much time. We should just leave him here. If anyone's going to be alone, he's the one that's the most survival ready.
You can tell Anthony also thinks you should stay, because you're also a liability.
Then you can watch out for each other. And honestly, you won't be as fast as us with your leg.
I really don't think it's a good idea to split the party.
I say it's probably best off if we all go.
I think we should just leave it on and go.
Ringo sold me.
Yes, we risk it being destroyed. But that risk will be the same. If...
We cannot risk our only lifeline.
Well, let's say Koval here, right? He sits here and one day the monster returns. And the monster will kill Koval, and we cannot get the machine up and running again. If the machine is just up and running, it destroys the machine. Same outcome, but we lose Koval as well.
If the machine is running, it has a higher chance of the creature hearing it if it's running over a long period of time. If he's just turning it on in short bursts to try and send a message, less time that it's running, less time the creature is listening for it.
And whoever stays behind should not attempt to interact with the creature. Just stay in hiding, go turn the machine on, go back to hiding, turn the machine off, go back to hiding.
When you two were under the cot, did you do something to alert the monster, or did it just eventually find you?
Eventually, it heard the sound of me. It didn't know I was there until I made a noise.
He made the noise because he couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
But
Right?
it had
What happened was
it also had long tongue, like scent
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
scent
I just
receptors.
Because before they realized they had no eyes, they were shining flashlights around.
Yeah.
So they thought they had drawn his attention to light. But it seems like these creatures can't see light as far as what their experience was. But yeah, once it got down there, it had like this reptilian kind of tongue.
right. Okay.
So it might be
it
able
was
to
the
smell out whoever stays behind.
You should
Yeah.
all make spot hidden checks.
That's a 40.
Nope.
This is the part where we're
Fail
like,
me.
where's Deborah?
That's a 48 under 88.
No.
45 under 75.
You two see the ubiquitous, unerring glow of the cell phone turning on.
Where?
And you glance over and you see just slightly hidden behind the sled where you had just noticed that Deborah had gone away and was not really part of your argument about whether to stay or go. You immediately both go, that's cell phone glow. Because cell phone glow has a unique thing that we all recognize now in the modern era. Someone's turned on a cell phone.
Ringo, mate. I thought you turned your phone off.
He's right there.
Yeah. I pat for my phone.
It is off. It's right there.
What are you talking about?
That's
It's not my phone.
It's coming from behind the sled.
not your phone.
Yeah.
Is everyone
I'm gonna
accounted for?
walk
No,
over.
Deborah's back there.
No,
I'm gonna walk over
Deborah's
there.
got a phone.
Oh, okay.
Deborah has a
What
secret
is
phone.
what is Deborah doing?
Are you gonna go over there and look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You go over there and you see that Deborah is like leaned over and she's like got her phone on. And then when you show up, she goes, "Oh," and she puts her phone away. What can I do for you, Yuri?
Hey Deborah, do you have signal here?
I was just checking to see. The transmitter is a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Are you able to contact anyone? Reach
it-
the internet or
it-
or anything?
It's very, very weak. I was just trying to see if I could like check my email.
Your email.
Yes. Don't you have email on your mobile?
The first thing you do when you have a Wi-Fi hotspot is check your email.
Isn't that what you do? I get important emails.
Okay, you care to share what your important email is?
No. They're private. I'm not gonna tell you what my emails are. What kind of hell person are you? Ask me about my private emails.
Is there a
I'm
skill?
what? I'm like Hillary Clinton here now? What's wrong with you?
I think it's more important to realize that our cell phones have limited battery, and thus the resources should be conserved. And thus, if you were using your email to check for something, I would hope it'd be worth it to use up some of this battery life.
Well, I mean,
Well, we should
never
try.
She gestures that we have a freaking generator over there.
Ah, we're not gonna stay here forever.
I don't know about you. I have turbocharging on my phone.
Is
Oh
there
yeah,
a skill?
did you charge your phone while we were here with the generator?
I mean, I guess I can.
Yeah, you should.
Is there a skill for determining whether someone's lying?
Is,
Call of
is
Cthulhu?
Deborah
Nope.
full of complete bullshit?
Your psychoanalysis would have been. That's what you were.
Well, I
trying
don't
to
have
do
psychoanalysis.
Or
I have
psychology.
psychology.
Your psychology
earlier.
and psychoanalysis.
I always feel like I don't even need a roll to know.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
but
believe.
You believe Deborah?
I believe Deborah.
That's fucking stupid.
All right. Well, anyways, is this important?
She's panicking.
We need to figure out the plan. I still think we should just leave it running and go. It'll be a distraction for the monster, and anyone who stays here has a death wish.
Deborah, what do you think? Should we just leave
No,
it
they
running?
are putting their lives on the
Yes.
line for our survival.
Yes, leave it running and go. Let's get out of here. Leave it running. It doesn't matter.
Deborah,
Ringo's right. There's no need for anyone to stay and die along with the machine. But yes, we should leave it running. Let's go.
Deborah would really like us to start moving real quick.
I mean, Deborah's nervous. You can't blame her. I want to go.
Ringo, you didn't get signal from the Wi-Fi, did you?
Let me pull up my phone, turn it on, and I'll check the Wi-Fi signal on the
You
transmitter.
have one dot.
I've got one dot.
It's very weak,
just
but
nothing.
you do have signal.
I can try sending something out. It might take a
Please.
while.
No, you should probably check your email.
Or use the internet calling
Don't want to fuck
capability.
this up.
Right. I can.
Which is the most dependable for
I can
for
tweet.
small
I could,
bars.
I could just send.
Maybe
What do I
message
do?
Would be, would be better.
Yeah, text stuff for Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Text the ship
Do you have-
captain.
does anyone have the number for the ship?
You don't.
I think so. I think we would have.
I don't have the number for the ship. I wasn't in contact with anyone on the ship.
No one.
There wasn't a contact list distributed.
I could tweet out
No.
an SOS. It'd be great
Seems dumb.
No, it
publicity.
turns out
Well,
because you had
Markham Scott had
You
it.
had like an actual radio for contacting the ship. It didn't occur to anyone to ask the captain what his phone number was.
I mean,
Right,
Plus,
well,
no one really
uh,
expected there to be signal in the Antarctic anyway, so it's
Uh,
like
I'll just tweet out SOS.
Google the ship's the
Phone number's not gonna-
phone number.
And that's also like
And then, like the Nova. This is Nova.
Tweet
do ships even have
SOS.
phones? I don't think they have. Like, it's like hello, Terra Nova 2. It's like they have a secretary who wakes at the reception.
Maybe.
all right. Well, I'm gonna do what I know how
I
to
don't
do.
think even cruise liners
Google
have
stuff?
cell phones.
No, I'm gonna tweet. to my 5 million followers.
Yeah, because the
SOS.
followers will save us. They know the ship captains.
Make sure to put your GPS on when you post, so now you know.
Do I? I don't think I have GPS down here.
Your suit.
Oh, the suit. Yeah. There we go. Let's put
Can we check the
SOS.
suit signal?
The GPS number. Falcon down, hiding in cave. Please send help.
Wow.
Would we be able to access or to figure out what GPS coordinates the suits have us
Yes.
at?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
easily
okay.
do that.
All right.
I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna send.
All right.
Can you do like at Nova?
You know what?
Like the official expedition tag, like
all the big boys.
Hashtag
At
Nova
NASA.
2.
Yeah, NASA, the
At
Russians.
Nova.
Oh, that's right. I sent in a call to the Russians to
At
tell us that
The
them that
Russians.
we were, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
You were like, what's the name of
I
the
sent
Russian
an
part of the
email to the
expedition?
Russian government or
I don't
something.
know. The Russians.
So they know you're
Tell
here.
them what we actually have.
Ringo.
That it's actually like
Hashtag
legit,
I don't want to die.
Ringo,
You know.
how many of your fans are gonna just think that it's a creepypasta org?
It could well be like this,
Like the
you're
Simon
calling them.
Pegg thing where he pretended to go up to the basement.
It's gonna be at least one.
die.
But hopefully they see that he hasn't tweeted in like a couple of days.
He must
Maybe
be
he's
dead.
actually in trouble.
People like challenges.
Yeah.
Maybe like,
Just give it a
save
shot.
the
you know.
Save Ringo Stiles life challenge.
Save Ringo. Hashtag save Ringo.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, like Coney 2012 will
Yes.
will result in huge sweeping changes and action on all fronts.
Well, and send. You just have to wait. One bar is gonna, it's gonna take a while. Might not even get through.
You get that thing where you don't know if it's actually uploaded, when your signal's bad. It's like, oh, I posted to my Facebook story.
You
but
see
I
the
don't-
bar go like 90% of the way, and you're like,
Yep.
is it actually gonna go through?
And then the next morning you find out it's uploaded 3 times and your picture's just duplicated over and over again.
And that makes people think it's not true.
Yep. Yeah, so this is what you're experiencing. You have that very frustrating, did it go, did it not?
Just have
Is
to trust
Instagram
it.
working? Ooh, are you Instagramming like, here we are. This is me with the broken leg guy.
No
Isn't
Instagram pictures would be too much
We
data to send through.
We should
I don't
we
worry.
should also
Look at this.
Yeah,
you should
don't
also
take a picture of my
email
eye.
the contact who recruited you.
Like
You
sure,
were
yeah, I'll
in
send out
coordination to set up this presence on this mission.
certainly someone remembers the email of someone
You
important.
have it in your email.
I know,
Well,
but like
Devin's probably got an email for you.
email the PR person.
I don't know how much time we have to sit here trying to load our email.
And
Anthony's staying behind. The rest of us, we're leaving. How are our supplies? Are we packed?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Are you guys agreeing to the Anthony staying behind plan?
No, but I think I am outvoted.
Hetty, you are staying behind too, or no?
I look.
Like you have crutches, you won't be able to carry a lot
I look.
because it's gonna be like a small tunnel.
Okay. Can I be?
How do you use crutches in a tunnel? And when you're crouching,
Very badly.
you can't really.
Okay. Can
I
I,
mean,
tell, can I
which
tell you my
direction
thought
are we gonna
process?
go?
Sure.
We're gonna go
Okay.
into the tunnel network.
My thought process is if I go with you guys, I feel like I could discover something cool. If I don't go with you guys, I feel like I'm safe away from Deborah.
I mean,
Deborah's the real
That's how I feel.
danger to
I can
us.
definitely hear you from a GM perspective. Whichever choice you make, you will still discover something cool. It just won't be the same something cool.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah,
from
if
a
you stay
meta.
behind, you might discover that you really love the taste of human flesh.
Yeah, you could be the one to go native.
From a meta perspective, I think it'll be cleaner and easier role playing if we didn't have to jump between two things.
That's true. It's just like
Could be
it's
more
weighing
exciting.
though.
though.
that against the actual like.
Yeah, so it's
What-
like
what
if
makes
you
sense
if you
narratively.
want to split the party, you have to make it worth it that extra effort.
I feel like I want to stick with you guys.
Okay.
So
I-
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
us as characters will
Yeah, because
defer to your like preference.
staying here seems like a death sentence. So, if you have a death sentence, stay here.
I do not trust Deborah.
Since Koval will be in danger, he will be more able to flee.
It's her fault for checking her
Having-
emails.
Right.
Yeah.
Legs.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
wait,
would
wait.
check my emails.
Is the plan to head towards the creature's lair? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
So
Well,
it'll be
you
even
Deeper
safer
into the caves.
Well, there's three main ways to go,
Yeah.
right? Like you
That's
can go further out towards Cave 6 in that direction, if that's where you're going. Like you were pretty sure that you already got far enough that you would have been in the Cave 6 section. You could go the other way towards Cave 4, staying in this larger section before it descends into the smaller infrastructure, or you can go back further deeply into the cave infrastructure where things get smaller and harder to navigate. That was, however, where you saw the other symbol.
The other symbol was
I have not.
deeper
I've not had a chance to
in
look at
cave
these
5.
symbols.
Right.
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with you guys.
Yeah.
Yay, tree branch jellyfish.
Do we want to
I want to
investigate the symbols?
I want to look at that tree branch jellyfish.
Tree branch jellyfish is the name of our ska band.
We can kind of do both, right? It's on the way, right?
No,
Wait.
there's
Oh,
three directions.
There's two, right?
Yeah.
There
So
is-
like if north is the cave wall, there's east and west, which are towards the other caves, and there's south deeper
okay.
into the cave.
I don't know. I'm gonna defer that to someone who knows better survival.
Our best survivalist is staying behind.
I don't know. I actually think Yuri is your
I
best
think
friend.
Oh,
that's
really?
right.
Yeah.
90s.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Kova has that skill. Yuri's is better.
Okay.
Do my survival
Koval's probably-
instincts tell me anything about
Your
like
instincts tell you that based on what you saw from the outside, the heading towards Cave 4 is more likely to get you to an open area because that's Cave 3
There are
and
more
4 were the
caves in that
giant
direction.
yes. And that was the open area. So your sensibility tells you that if you head towards the larger cave mouths, there will be more opportunity for open access and getting in and out. Whereas, like, from what you can tell, based on the fact that there were 6 cave mouths that you could see out along a ridge, that would suggest that the major opening to the outside is towards the center. And as you get towards the edges, it then becomes this kind of fractured infrastructure of caves where once you get in there, it'll be harder to get out, or you might end up...
And so we need to figure out how we're going to be getting out to the people attempting to rescue us. In the end, we need to figure out what our exit point is going to be. Regardless of whether we use it now, we're not going to use it now.
I mean, we can try and mark up parts of the cave.
Yeah.
So if they were to go deep enough into it,
Good
they'd say,
idea.
"Oh, hey, they went off this way."
But yeah, do we have something
Like a
that
big
we can
ol'
use to mark
thing of-
Chalk.
Yeah, I think of
like
chalk.
Blood.
or,
We can
or spray
Scratch.
paint?
I mean,
So you definitely don't have spray paint. You have these, like, wax... Crayon-like things?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And you also have, like, these small, like, axe pick things.
Nice. Okay, we'll use the crayons sparingly until they run out.
we should
'Cause they don't
start
make
here.
noise.
Yeah.
I'll take care of crayons.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, like if somebody
Start
if
with a
somebody
symbol here.
stumbles upon the site, we should use an arrow to denote that we're going this direction.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'll take care of the crayons. I just.
Yeah, that'll be your job.
I'm theoretically guessing that you guys brought, like, one box of crayons because you're like,
Yeah, sure.
how many crayons
Sure.
do you need? It's like,
Well-
you're not going to bring one single crayon with
Well, we certainly aren't
They're
going
also
to
good
use
for
the
like
brown
marking
one.
metal sample tubes.
Yeah.
and
We
stuff
won't be
like
using the brown one. That's for sure. We're gonna use up.
Start with the
They-
brown
like
one.
Crayola.
These are not Crayola crayons. These
they're-
are those, like...
They're like a wax tube like this long. It's pretty big and it's like white
Okay.
wax that's really soft, and so you
Yeah.
just draw it and it goes. Like
What do
thick,
you think?
Sticky.
Is orange red too
stuff.
close to brown to write on this cavern wall, or
Oh yeah, they also have orange.
These are not the crayons you're thinking of. Yeah, these are the
I
ones.
Yeah, they probably be.
I was thinking more of like a red orange. Instead.
oh man,
If
it's so hard
if
to
you
tell
want
the
to red
difference.
content, you have a box of Crayola crayons. You can also have.
No, no.
Those will be not useful at all.
Look, you're gonna be in the Arctic. Maybe one of you is one of those like like coloring therapy people. You have a giant book of like colors.
Adult coloring book.
Yeah, adult coloring book. That's. Right.
I'm like half buzzed on vodka and I'm ready to color.
I feel like you're mixing.
Feeling good.
I feel like you're convoluting vodka with heroin. Or it's like.
Oh man,
Or mushrooms.
is there heroin in this cave?
I'll take
I'm
it.
down.
Maybe the big pumas are made of heroin.
Yeah,
You haven't tried sucking their blood or eating
Your eye
them
just
yet.
overdosed. That's all.
The possibilities.
That's true. No one has thought about monster gourmeting these monsters yet.
Ooh, a new spin-off series.
Yes.
Well,
all of our games are
alright.
in the same universe.
Any more
sounds
planning?
like
or...
we're headed towards number 4, which
Yeah.
means
Shall we
those
head on?
small
We're gonna-
tunnels
we're
you
gonna
were
take off.
describing.
All right, so
And-
you guys are by not going further deeper, and you're not heading towards 6. So you're staying in the larger area, heading towards 4.
Well, we would have described the pictures
Yep.
to the people who didn't go with us.
Okay.
Yes, we heard that over the radio.
Yeah. Is there any case you want to make for going and investigating the pictures?
Well, the pictures were
Harry.
in 2 areas, right?
Right, in the center of the cave on that pillar that we couldn't make out very well.
Yeah.
Or in the back of the cave section where it's lower, but we could get to it to investigate it.
Is
My-
that not
Close.
My only desire to look at the picture is strictly out of game.
Okay, so
Like, my character would not probably worry about it, but me as William wants to
no, I really want to see
feast
if you
my
can see
eye
if you can figure out something. I'm sure we'll
upon
find more. I'm
images.
sure we'll find more.
So, sorry. The second jellyfish tree branch you found, I had thought that was over in the towards 4 area. Is that in a different place?
The first one we found was in the center of the cave
Yeah,
on this
I-
kind of large pillar.
Yeah, I know
high,
that
like 15
one.
feet up. And then once we got to the cave network at the very back of the cave, where it gets lower, and there are lots of low tunnels, like 3 feet high.
So
You could see
what's
back
the
in one of the
orientation-
caves on the wall,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of these things.
So what's the orientation of further back in the cave and the tunnel at the back of the cave where this pillar is?
So
The
imagine.
pillar's in the center of the
So
cave.
imagine that.
Is it off to the side?
So imagine that the top of my laptop
Uh-huh.
is the front of the cave infrastructure when you are approaching. So there
Okay,
were
this
2
is the front of the
large
cave.
cave entrances here.
Yep.
And then 2 smaller ones, and then 2 smaller ones even after that.
Yeah.
So 2 big, 2 smaller, 2 even smaller. You guys entered cave 5 over here.
Right.
When you got to the back, you got the impression that there's a large sort of like cave infrastructure that actually connects all 6 entrances.
Uh-huh.
And originally, when you first went in, you saw the pillar here, and then they explored further up this way. This was where they were chasing the creature originally, and you can go in this direction. And
that was towards Cave 6 that
Towards
the creature
Cave 6,
fled?
right.
Oh.
and then
Okay.
and then you can go in this direction, and that whole section looks like it's kind of a strip of a larger cave section that might go all the way across. But then further down and further back, it gets into this fractured, smaller, tunnely type of thing. And it's further back in 5 that they saw there was the larger, more clearly carved tree branch jellyfish symbol that was further back.
I think we should maybe go into the deeper parts.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if the deeper parts would be less likely to have creatures
Like,
than the big, easily accessible area.
I mean, when we discover the gates of hell,
yeah,
you know.
2 reasons.
It's
Meta,
warm outside the gates.
meta.
It was
very
definitely
curious.
warmer further back in the caves.
Yeah, exactly.
Warmer.
Hell.
And if people did survive, maybe that's where they survived.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if it continues to get smaller, we're not going to be able to.
Right? Yeah, we
get-
go as far. We
get
go as
back
far as we
there.
can reasonably go.
Yeah, I think the tiebreaker is that the monster fled towards those things, and we don't necessarily want to go where the monster wants to go.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents. What do you guys think?
Well, Corey.
You guys never did get to like finding out where the walkie was that
No.
got
That got
crushed.
smashed? No, we didn't.
Because we couldn't find it.
It was
heard it, yeah.
further.
You heard it. You were
past
heading in that
the-
direction, and then it got smashed. And then you guys got distracted and said, "Okay, we're gonna turn back because now it's dark and we can't tell what's
Should we?
But it was
should
near
we
the
explore
pillar,
near the
right?
pillar
Yeah.
some more?
It was towards that direction, towards 6.
Yeah, we don't know that anything.
I
anything
kind of really
happened to
want to.
Lynn,
I kind of really want to
do we?
figure out what happened to them.
Wynn could be alive.
We could be alive.
She could, yeah.
Markham could also be alive. We should probably try and
I
locate
hope
their
Wynn's
bodies.
alive. She's my favorite.
Before we leave, we should also attempt to scan the slope in more detail to see if we can find Wynn's body, as you mentioned,
Oh, up on the.
up on the slope.
It was just the head, so you're pretty sure Wen is dead.
Yeah.
But you
We'll
also
take-
saw her head, so
Well, we could take a look.
Yeah, let's
That
just
won't
take
long.
a moment to kind of.
like up the hill area.
Yeah.
No, so you do scan it with your.
Because, we could probably, on a 45-degree angle, scale, 10 feet up the slope and get a little...
You definitely can do that.
More
As you're doing it,
light shine
it's,
around, but-
it's interesting that as you're doing it from this angle, that slope seems much less smooth than it seemed like when you were coming down. Like when you first said, "Oh, we can throw a sled down there," it would just kind of slide, and it seemed like
So
it was
maybe
pretty
we
smooth.
could climb
Now
back
that you're from here, the slope definitely looks a lot more ridgy and disconnected, and there's some little bumps along the way where there were spikes that might have been worn down over time. There's almost this look like maybe at one point this was not so much a cave formation, but that there might have been water that ran down the slope for a very, very long time. So it has that kind of smooth, rounded look about it that looks more like something like a riverbed than it does like an actual rock face.
No body here.
But we don't
But
see
it also means that there's places behind which you can't see. That's what gives you that impression is more rigid than you thought from the other side.
Well, if she was capable of calling out up there, I mean, we would have heard it. I don't know if we don't have enough time to go clambering around, not to mention how dangerous it would be trying to climb back up that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're headed towards whatever metagame, whatever area it was that Nick said, because I still don't quite have a handle on where everything fits in.
I don't even know if Nick knows what he.
There's
we want
four. There's 2 cave 4. There's 2 cave 6, and there's deeper into the system, right?
Yeah.
The monster fled deeper into 6. We
I
lost
had-
the walkie-talkie.
I had forgotten
deep
about the
into it.
walkie-talkie.
I forgot about that too.
I would like to see if we can recover Markham's body, because I think that's where it is.
Sure.
Or at least
Let's at least-
confirm that he is dead
Yeah, let's do it.
before
Alright,
moving
just,
towards
just
4.
so this is gonna be weird for the camera and for the things.
This is.
But I just want to do this so that it's.
Whatever you draw, I could scan it. And
That's fair.
up-
No, it's just that I'm gonna walk over here so that people will see us doing this other thing, but so that everyone can get a sense. So basically, you guys approached these things, and there were these 6 cave entrances. This is not really the scale, right? And so this is 1, and this is 6, and so you guys came into cave 5, right? And once you got in here, whatever is here, you don't know for sure. But when you got in here, you discovered that there was a section here that's like this open area, and that there's this idea that this may actually be a ridge of section that actually might connect all the way through. Once you guys went down the ledge, you originally chased the monster this way.
Yeah, towards 6.
Right. And here you guys found a pillar that had that symbol on it. As you head further in, you think that this actually goes deeper into a smaller cave infrastructure.
Yep.
But at some point they got this far back and realized that things got smaller. And they saw from here another wall that had the symbol written on it further back. But at that point, Yuri decided that it was too much risk to go further deep because it looked like the tunnels were getting tighter back here.
Yeah.
But there is a theory that if you were to guesstimate that this is a larger section where there's just this infrastructure of various small cave openings that go deeper into the mountain.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it seems like the symbols are landmarks, a trail, a path that we can follow. We went to one, and then it led to another. Maybe it leads to a third.
Whoever drew these symbols, whether it's the monster, whether it's people who could have been here before, maybe this was their way of knowing how to get around.
It's one way to navigate through the tunnels, and another thing, it lets us navigate back out. And finally, it's a way for rescuers to find us. You know, we just make sure that they know that we follow these symbols. Helps us save on some cran. Assuming,
I think we should put the cran down anyway.
I mean, we'll do some cran down, but we don't have to do as much because we have the symbols. I mean,
Yes, it's so unlikely that the creatures could have been.
I mean, worst case.
Could have used they have no sight.
Yeah, worst case
So-
scenario, we go
But
into some.
it's engraved, though. If it's engraved, you know, you can run your hand around it.
Yeah, worst case scenario.
Wait, is it engraved or is it?
You have not touched
haven't
any
done
of
it.
that.
We don't know.
Worst case scenario, we go through.
Don't touch that shit.
We go through into
Not
thinner
yet.
caves, which are easier to defend against the monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
like
also
that.
warmer.
Okay.
Also, it's
Um,
in the same area that Scott disappeared.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
head that way then.
Okay, so you're going
Not
back towards
towards
6.
Towards 6.
All right.
Wait, it's not towards.
It is. It is in chasing the monster that we
No.
discovered the pillar.
There was two things. We went towards the walkie-talkie, which went deeper into the caves, and then when we came back, we went to the cart, wounded the monster, and then the monster went off to 6, where we ran off to it. We didn't meet the monster when we went in deep into the cave.
Oh,
we found,
You're right. So we're going deep into the cave
Yeah, because we found the pillar and when
towards the pillar
we can't.
and the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, we can't find the walkie.
Okay,
we can't
so we're
find
not
him. We gotta
going
head
towards
back.
6.
Okay,
We're
you're going
back
deeper
into
in.
the
Okay.
cave.
Yeah,
Got
we
it,
wanna,
okay.
Where you
Okay.
thought you last had the signal before it got
Crazy
smashed.
confused.
Yes.
All right.
To attempt to figure out what happened to Markham and to investigate these symbols.
Okay, so you arbitrarily can get to where you last
is much
turned
more
back
interesting.
and were able to shine your flashlight deeper into the cave where it is very clear that at this point the ceiling is dropping quickly so that as you get further in you'll be at the point where you would be, if you're a tall person, you'll have to scrunch a little bit. Otherwise it gets much tighter, and that is the point where originally Yuri had turned you guys all back. But as you shine your flashlight again, you can definitely see that another like 50 yards ahead, there is a wall with this carving on it that if you guys went back there, you could get a closer look at.
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
Well, do we want to like search around for the walkie-talkie a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
I
Before
mean, I
we
feel
head
like
deeper
we've
in?
been doing that as
okay,
we're
okay.
going.
Well,
this
it
way.
wasn't up to this point where you are. It was not clearly anywhere here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have to scan the ground in order to not trip.
So, are you making a beeline towards the symbol and just arbitrarily looking for the walkie-talkie as you head towards it, or do you guys spread
we
out?
should spread out.
Spread out. Okay, sure.
Not very far.
Not very far.
Like 5
But
feet
you
apart.
want a line.
But like, yeah.
Yeah, like you're searching for someone in the woods line.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
not calling out, making noise
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
would.
So that is a good metaphor
case.
because once you get to this part, it does feel like a forest. Like there will be parts where you're behind a pillar or a stack of rocks or something where you will temporarily lose sight of one another.
Yes.
the
So we
stone
all have our
forest.
lights on, so you might not see someone for a second, but you can see their light.
Yeah, if this were a horror movie, this is where tension would build up.
Yeah, this
as
is where
people.
What do you mean?
dis-
If this were a
disappear.
horror movie,
Yeah.
people.
I'm feeling pretty tense right here, right now.
Yes, so it is. Like, this is the point where, like, you know how in the movie you go and say, wait a minute, I just lost sight of Deborah.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd she go? And
Where'd she
it's like,
go?
she's missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which has not happened yet. She's right
Great.
there.
Oh yeah,
Great.
she needs to be in the middle. We gotta have like.
Yeah.
I want to be in the middle.
I will be on the end. I'll volunteer to be on an end.
Deborah will be wherever she wants to be. She is not going to be constrained by you men.
Does anyone else
telling
want to
her-
be one of the end people?
Well, I
I'm a
think
cripple
Ringo, he
Oh,
seems to have
fine,
the best
fine.
ears.
I'll
You
be,
are-
an, I'll be,
you're
I'll
very
be an
yes.
end person.
So-
We should have our
You're like
eyes
on
and our
one-
ears.
Yes, our eyes and our ears at either ends of the spectrum,
actually much
as
more
is
awkward for you.
normal.
Eyes
I'm
pointed at
now.
one.
I am
I will
now
make the listen
lower
checks, and
down
you'll
on
make the
privileged
vision
tree.
checks, and
Yes.
we will all fail.
I hit a couple of
And
runs on my way
hopefully-
down.
You may also
Hopefully,
be the first person
invisible,
they leave
noisy
behind.
monster comes on the correct side.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
because
super silent, visible monster is on the correct side as well.
Harry should
yeah, yeah.
definitely be in the center somewhere.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you tell
there's-
me to do that, then I do.
Because you're the not the liability, but we don't want the weakest person on the end who can be taken out easily.
Plus, in the classic tradition of running from a bear, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun
yeah, the slowest person.
Yeah. So you're making it easy for everyone else on the team. It's like, we're fine. We just have to get away before Harry is like,
Sterling,
Yeah,
you just-
Anthony's like, you shouldn't bring him. He's a liability. And we're like, uh-huh.
no,
knows.
he is an asset. He's gonna,
I mean, yeah.
Sphinx monster, we offer you this delicious Harry.
he's already been pre-marinated. There's like half a bottle of vodka in there.
Yeah, you love that apparently. Just lap it up, I guess.
Maybe that's what we should do. Get the monster drunk.
The monster did seem to be interested in the spilled
that
vodka.
was super
so.
weird. Yeah, vodka isn't something any animal would naturally think
Right?
is
Yeah. It's
edible.
a
I think
poison.
No, that it is actually quite interesting. That you're absolutely right about that.
that is weird.
Although it's not true that there are tons of animals that go out of their way to
Just
get
call me English
I
breakfast.
forgot. I was just reading last month. There's a species of monkeys in Amazon that specifically target these fruits that have fallen and have ripened to alcohol. Just to
but that's
keep them
from
together.
experience of like, oh, I ate this random thing, and oh, it like was
Oh, that's
felt
true.
good.
Yeah, that's right. They wouldn't go out of their way to go. Oh, look, there's human vodka. Because
But even then, those are fermented fruits, not like distilled, like
That's true.
chemically smelling liquid.
that is true.
Yeah.
Just call me
All right, so you guys are
English
kind of
breakfast.
spreading out to get like a lay of the land,
Yeah.
looking for
We're-
the.
Although we're gonna try not to spread out as far as you would in like
Yeah.
like
Like
a
a
forest
forest.
search,
Yeah, we
because
wanna
those
be
are like
close enough.
10 yards apart.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't
They're-
want to be that far. apart.
Okay, so you want to be just far enough away that you feel like you're doing a better job than just being in a compact line, but you're also trying to stay close enough that you can see each other's likes and things like that. So that reduces your thing, your range of examination. Everyone should make luck rolls.
Ooh, I've burned all my luck.
That is
60 under 85.
Okay.
that's an 85 over 63.
All right, then they'll go.
No go.
74 over 29.
Oh, okay. It's like, all right.
I'm the lucky
you
one.
should make a spot hidden or listen.
Okay, I do
Or
listen.
oh wait, is there search?
No.
Okay, yeah, spot hidden or listen, whichever
I
is better. for you.
choose listen.
All right.
Pass 62 under
Peter.
70.
Gotta get better at
I gotta,
these listens.
I gotta roll better.
All right. You find the walkie-talkie.
Hey!
Yes. It turns out that it was smashed so that it's not effective as a walkie-talkie anymore. But the power supply within it was not entirely destroyed, so it's still doing like occasionally it does this little crackling thing, and
wow.
and you just managed to hear it as luckily in this super silent cave area,
Alright.
almost any weird noise is projected and amplified.
Hey,
And so
everyone.
you find it.
I found the walkie-talkie.
Oh, he tells you he found it, so you hear him calling out.
All right.
Or like calling over the radio.
Yeah.
So I guess I rush over.
I'll not rush over, Belle.
hobble.
I'll cobble.
We'll make her.
I'll cobble over.
Crutch walk.
Who has the sled behind them?
Oh,
I
good
do.
question.
Oh, so you cannot bring the sled this far deep in.
Oh, okay.
The
'Cause
supply
there's-
sled?
Yeah.
The one we rigged?
Oh wait,
The one we
it's
made?
only it's much
wooden
smaller
one?
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
right.
on one run.
Okay, you can get this far out. Okay, you're not at the point yet where it would be too narrow to carry. It's a good question. It's definitely not Deborah,
Yeah, and
It's not me.
I'm the strong.
but you're
And
crippled.
I did want to build it such that we could fit it in the caves that we saw.
Yes, you can get. Yeah, you can.
Am I
definitely
just
get it.
struggling with it the whole time? Probably.
Yeah.
If
If-
it's-
okay, what's
If you're
your
in
what's
the
your
center, the
strength?
center person should have it.
my
That's
strength is
me.
45.
You have more strength.
You
than
could
me.
volunteer. You are strong enough to do it. It's just that you having a sled would doubly slow you down even more.
No, that you shouldn't have
Yeah,
the
we
sled.
wouldn't want to
Okay.
do that.
Well,
Pulling a sled with crutches.
It would also make it so that
super
any
hard.
chance of healing in any reasonable amount of time is out the door.
okay.
You're just gonna be
Right.
like stressing yourself way too
Yeah,
much.
you might like just start bleeding again from all your wounds. That would be really bad.
I only have well.
Your eye, your
Did my leg bleed?
No, it was
No,
just like
Yeah,
twisted
I only
out
had
of.
one.
extra
Brain.
stress is gonna slow down your healing process.
What'd you find?
Found the walkie-talkie.
Oh, good. Is it
You can see it right there.
Smashed.
It's clearly been smashed in a way that looks like it was. Wait, you guys did find it, didn't you?
No, we didn't.
Find what?
We heard
never.
the sound.
We never.
Okay.
Yeah, we couldn't
So,
find it.
Maybe this was another piece of equipment you found. You remember how you found a piece of equipment that looked like it was you thought it was smashed, and then you found it looked like it was actually hit by a hammer because of the way the
Yeah.
Right.
those were the
yeah,
lights.
yeah, the lights.
Yes.
The lights
Those
at
were
the
the lights.
campsite.
This is the same. Like it's another one of those things that you're like, oh, it looks more like someone took a heavy pointed, like an object that has a heavy metal head, as opposed to a creature biting it or a foot stomping it. Like you can tell that someone hit it, or at least it looks like something that had a strong central impact point.
It's like a horn or something? We didn't see anything on the creature itself, did we?
didn't
No.
see-
The,
No, the creature can't use tools. It's got like big.
yeah, from what you
Large
can
animal.
tell, you did not see anything on the creature that looked like it would, like even the paws, they had like typical like claws, like a feline would, but nothing that looked like it would have the specificity of this kind of impact.
Yeah, it's weird. Is there any blood around it? Do you see anything, Yuri?
Yeah, is it completely on its own?
Yes, like as if someone had basically dropped it and it got smashed, and then left the area.
Huh. That suggests that
Yeah, Markham
Scott was still alive when he dropped the radio.